This is how to make a hanging garden, bush style.
G'day, I'm Outback Tom and this is Outback Grandad. Today we'll be teaching you how to make a hanging garden using recycled materials. This adventure starts on the King River Road in the Kimberley region of Western Australia. We're heading out today to collect some paper bark. We'll need this to fill in the sides of our hanging garden. You might prefer to use an alternative, but if you've got access to paper bark, it's the way to go. Once we've collected enough, it's time to head back home. We found an old tree at the back of the property that had fallen over and was nice and dry. We cut off a length that suited us for the hanging garden, and that length can vary depending on how big you want yours to be. Once we've got our materials, it's time to head to the shed. The first thing you need to do is to mark out the center of the log. You then need to grab some hole saws. These just attach to our drill. You then need to cut out a hole in the center of the log. From there, we'll cut out a few more in your desired spots. Grandad's woodwork shed has a fair bit of character and is actually a heritage listed building as it was once used for workers back in the day. Once we've cut our holes, we'll clean up the mess and move on to the next step. Alright, now it's time to get some rope as we want this to be a hanging garden. The technique Grandad is using is called the spliced rope technique. You untwine the end of the rope, leaving you with 3 ends, take some tape, and wrap those ends of the rope. You should have 3 taped ends. We measure the loop around our log and start splicing. This technique gives you a very flush ending, as you can see here. If you want to give splicing the rope a miss, you can also just tie a knot. We now have the rope element sorted. The next step is where our paper bark comes in handy. We're going to use this to seal each end of the log so that the soil stays secure on the inside. Once the paper bark is fitted tightly, we can start filling up the log with soil, just by using the holes we cut out earlier. And just like that, our hanging garden is almost finished. All we need to do next is to find a nice spot in the garden for this to live. We tie it up to a tree, fill it with our plants, and give it a water. There are so many plants that love these sort of environments, and that's how to make a hanging garden. Thanks so much for watching. You've been with me, Outback Tom, and Outback Grandad. If you'd like to see us build something else, let us know in the comments below. And don't forget you can always support us by liking and subscribing. Thanks you mob, we'll see you soon.